The Dutch word stroopwafel translates literally to syrup waffle. It's the first treat of its kind that was made in the city of Gouda in the Netherlands by bakers who were repurposing scraps and crumbs by combining them with syrup. In Australia, they're known as coffee toppers due to the practice of placing them atop the hot beverage to let the steam heat the caramel frequently placed inside. Today, the stroopwafel arrives in the States, and who should be waiting at the gates to challenge it but two of Oreo's latest Franken cookies? Can the stroopwafel bring the trophy back to the land of windmills? Find out right now on You Tried That! You Tried Dat! I'm Nick Nowak with the pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
And back at long last in the States, and joining us is our good friend Chrissy. Chrissy, how you doing?
Hey guys, good to be back.
Wow, welcome back at long
Yeah,
last.
it's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You've been out on all kinds of adventures.
Yeah, I have been. I'm glad I've been listening to your Italy, Greece, and Holland episodes, and I realized it was a huge loss to not have the stroopwafel. So I'm super excited to introduce the stroopwafel to the podcast this time around.
Well, thanks for some of those snacks, I think, but I'm pretty sure most of them were nasty.
You know, I don't know what anything is, and I had a very small amount of luggage, so most of what I purchase is just based on what I can fit in my bag and looks like essentially ethnic.
Yeah.
I have no idea how actually a representative of the country that is, except the snack today I know is like the quintessential Dutch treat.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
So last time you were here, you told a great story. Dig back to the archives, episode 110, one of our favorite episodes, and we were going to get a little update on that, right?
Yeah, so I told a story about doing some drugs with an old coworker and his girlfriend and riding back in the car and a very awkward conversation, an argument that pinnacled the apex was take me to the abortion doctor.
Uh-huh.
And to this day,
Spoiler alert.
You guys are unaware of the outcome of that story, but recently I learned what happened. So that happened. They dropped me off. I never talked to them again. Things were a little bit awkward, and never found out what happened to the couple, what happened to the baby. Well, guys, I found out.
Oh,
Wow.
Did you reach out to this guy?
I did not. I am still too yellow to actually do that because I technically still owe a couple $100 to him. So I still haven't reached out to him.
She just found where he lived and looked in through the window with binoculars. That's how she did.
Well, I thought about doing a drive-by and seeing if there was a car seat in the car. Car seat, yes. Car seat, no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But instead, I got in touch with a mutual coworker, and she happened to bring it up. So you guys want to take a little bet? Baby or no baby?
I feel like these people were maybe made for each other, and people who shouldn't have children generally do. So I'm going to say that the baby was born.
I'm going baby as well.
Well, I know the answer, so I'll abstain.
That's right. I very excitedly texted Chad as soon as I found out. And guys, I don't have an emotion about this, but there is a baby. There is a 2-year-old baby in this world that was born from that fancy night.
Yeah. Did they name it Sephora?
I will not disclose the name on the podcast, but I will text it to you guys later.
Okay. Good.
Oh, boy.
And apparently there's baby number 2 on the way. So
Wow.
They got high again, or
Yeah, so they saw the shaman multiple times.
They had another $100 to go back.
Right. Let's just say if this next baby's middle name is ayahuasca, nobody's going to be surprised.
Wow.
Well, congrats to them.
Yeah. 2 years, but we've been waiting on that update. So
Yeah, me too. Very glad to bring that to you guys today.
So keep tabs on them as he grows up. This will be like that movie Boyhood. We'll just keep track of this kid's life over the course of 10 years of this podcast.
he got accepted to Iowa State. Oh, that's awesome.
And you got to wonder, what is the right age for sharing that story
to him, never.
to the child?
Never?
Yeah,
at some point, it's a great story to hear about your parents. Make your parents seem real. Make them accessible. No, I don't.
Were
have
your
kids,
mom
you guys
screaming,
do.
"I want an abortion"? Yeah, sounds
yeah,
sounds
I don't
heartwarming.
think if there was ever a time that my parents considered not having me, I don't want to know about it.
After you were born is when they didn't start considering.
Around
Yeah,
about 13.
She already tells me that every single day over text message. Why did we have you?
Chad, you got an update too.
Yeah, speaking of updates, I have an important update as well. So, in it, we had a segment a little while back that was like a Lent-based segment where we had to decide like what kinds of things we were going to give up for Lent. And one of the ones was, would you give up deodorant? And for however long it was. And I had mentioned that I had not worn deodorant for like almost 2 years, like most of COVID. I had stopped wearing deodorant until finally my wife, when she got very pregnant and got like an enhanced sense of smell, started complaining that I smelled and said, you need to start wearing deodorant again. So I did. I got some deodorant. Well, about 3-4 weeks ago, that stick of deodorant that I bought ran out, and I have not replaced it yet. So I'm now going on
wild man, Chad.
a little over 3 weeks, no deodorant. She hasn't said anything yet, so I think she doesn't know.
The weather's heating up out there.
I know. So that's my question. Like, do I just roll with it until she says something?
Or you roll it in your armpit.
Yeah.
You roll it onto your
Wear
pits.
some fucking deodorant.
The update you're giving us is you're still nasty. There's nothing. Yeah.
That's right. I'm not wearing deodorant.
Basic deal.
I love that this is what constitutes like a wild time for a married couple. I'm going to go without deodorant for a few weeks and see if she notices. What have you guys been up to lately?
I mean, well, what do you think, Chrissy? Like, would you be super pissed if, if your SO wasn't wearing deodorant for a long period of time like that?
No, until the onion smells comes out, I'm totally fine with it.
Wow.
Boy.
Yeah, every day.
What I would be irritated about is having to tell my significant other they reek. Like, that's their job to fix, not mine. Like, hey, you smell like shit, put something on.
I don't think I smell that bad. I think I have a good natural musk to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll be the judge of that.
You tried that?
All right. I spent enough time in the past. Now let's get real. We're living in the future. Or the present, actually. So we need...
This is the future? That kind of sucks.
So, Chrissy, your story better not have taken place all that long ago. So
my story does not. So this happened to me a few months back, and as it happened, I thought of you guys a lot because it revolves around the idea of food or a lack thereof. So I came back to the U.S. in December, and shortly after I got back, I went to go visit a friend who I know from working in assignments overseas. Who had moved to New Mexico. So I'm living in Denver now. So it was a nice road trip. We were going to go hang out for some days. I was at the time sleeping on my brother's couch, which was sort of pathetic. So I was really looking forward to go spend time with a friend, go to New Mexico, eat some good food, just have a good time. So I get down there. My friend is in her late 50s, mostly retired nurse, but real cool lady, like real out there hiking, knows how to fix everything around the house. I show up at the house. She's got like a home cooked meal. I was like, oh, this is going great.
Deodorant? No?
Probably that Tom stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
It's some of that organic
it's
stuff.
Like natural, right?
Doesn't have anything that actually stops the odor.
Right.
Yeah, no.
It's like rubbing a leaf under your arm.
So the next morning we go out to go hiking. And we go on a nice 5-mile hike where it's snowy, it's cold, so you build up really good appetite. And I'm thinking the best part of hiking is the eating after the hiking, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can be.
I mean, I don't hike, so I just do the eating part. I don't just get right to it.
Wait, you might start hiking now that you know there's the eating involved.
There's food at the end of these fucking things?
Or eating during the hike. You bring a couple of Snickers bars. It's a great time
turkey
for a
leg,
snack.
yeah. It'll be great.
When you go hiking through the Renaissance Fair, it's a great place for a hike. so we're finishing the hike, and I'm like, all right, where are we going to go eat? And I'm imagining all this great Mexican food. And she goes, I don't know about you, but I'm eating at home.
Hello.
Wow.
And I was like,
She was just using you for the companionship, not for like to actually like have food with her or anything. Like the companionship on the hike, I mean, not afterwards.
Or maybe she's on a budget or something. Is she retired or something?
well, I mean, she's on a personal budget, but she had just bought a brand new car and was shopping for a new house that she was planning to pay all cash.
There was no invite, like, you can come eat with me. I'm gonna eat at home. You're welcome to join me.
That was the implication, like we're
Oh,
going to
okay.
eat at home, which I was sort of
Oh.
disappointed by, because after a good hike, it's good out to go out for a burrito, something like super calorie bomb.
Maybe she just really wanted to show you her new cash house.
Well, she was renting an apartment at the time,
Oh,
and
okay.
I had seen the kitchen, and I had gone through the cupboards out of curiosity, and there was very little food in there, so I was a little concerned about going home.
Hold on. You showed up at her place and like took inventory of her food items real quick.
I think we were putting away the dishes, and I was sort of looking around, cleaning the dishes and putting things away and being like, wow. Usually when you come to somebody's house, you expect there to be some snacks, some
Yeah.
like food stored up here.
Some real
help
fucking
yourself to
deodorant.
this.
Instead of snacks, you open up the cabinets and it's just like stacks of $100 bills. You're like, oh,
Yeah. So we get home, and I was like, well, I need to stop by the supermarket because I knew she didn't have any food. So she's like, okay, well, I'll park at my place and you can walk.
How
You
far
just did
was
a
it?
hike. I already did the walking part. I
We
don't
had
need to do
just
it
done a
again.
hike. It was winter. It was January. The supermarket was about a half mile away. So it was another mile of hiking added on. So I went and I took the advantage to. So what do? The person doesn't have a lot of food at home, but is it polite to bring a bunch of food to somebody's house? What would you guys have done?
It kind of sounds like she wants you gone and you can't take a hint.
Did she say like, "Here's what we're gonna eat"? Like, was there a food item in mind that she maybe had the ingredients for that?
She had said we can eat that she wanted to eat the leftovers from the night before, which had been
Oh, that's not a
Right?
guest type of thing. No.
right, and that she was planning the next day on cooking a pot of soup.
Were you gonna be there the next day?
Yeah. I
Oh,
had planned to
okay.
stay for a few days.
no, okay.
Sorry, you should have come on Monday. It's soup day.
A pot of soup, and like that, implying that's going to last you the rest of your stay.
Right, like we were going to have the split pea soup for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Ooh.
So I didn't
Wow.
want to, but I don't want to go to the grocery store and buy like a ton of food because I felt like that would be rude to bring it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring something because I was so hungry.
She didn't say like while you're there, pick me up XYZ or like I'll go with you.
No, she had implied like I don't really eat a lot. I'm not really that hungry. I'm trying to save money. And I was like, well, I'll pay.
Cash
Like
house.
I'll order a pizza. And she was like, no, I don't want you to spend the money.
That's weird. Somebody offers you like free food and you turn it down.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to save room in my house. Like, you don't have to be there. Like, I don't want you to spend your time here at all.
So she didn't want you to spend money on your own food, but also didn't want to provide you with food.
Right. And just because she has a very small appetite was like, okay, well, you're also going to be fine with eating popcorn for dinner, which is what she said she does most nights.
Oh,
Oh, popcorn.
So I would have done something kind of vindictive. I would have gone to the store, got like a big chocolate cake or something delicious, and just left it out on the counter and like stared and waited for her to go get a piece of it.
So how was the soup?
The soup was tasty. I mean, she is a good cook, so that was the thing. Like, you also don't want to insult somebody's cooking when somebody is cooking for you but not cooking enough. How do you balance that equation?
it is sort of a weird situation where it's like, hey, come over for dinner, and then they just give you like a 1 ounce ribeye.
Right.
Something like that is like, well, that's not really satisfying.
She also kept the house at 66 degrees. So in addition to being hungry, I was very, very cold the whole time.
Oh, that's nothing.
No.
My dad used to keep that thing at like 58 when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, we kept our house like in the mid 60s, 65, 66 until we had kids. And then finally like kids were an excuse to keep the house a little bit warmer, and I was like, "Oh, this is the best reason ever to have kids is now I'm not freezing my ass off every day."
How much money is that extra difference of 2 degrees? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. In San Francisco, almost nothing, but like maybe it's more in, in a place with actual winter.
I didn't realize like until I had to work remotely with my wife at home. Like she keeps during the winter, she like barely has the heat on, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm fine." And I go downstairs and she's got a blanket and a sweater and a space heater, and I'm like, "We have like a whole fucking like we have jobs. Like, well, this is what the jobs are for to be comfortable in our lives."
Right.
We're eating split pea soup all week so that I can turn it up to 74.
I'm wiping my armpits with leaves from the backyard so that we can turn the goddamn heat on.
Okay, so here's what I think you should have done in this situation. You get back to her place, and she has to use the restroom, right? While she's in there, you find the leftovers, you heat them up and eat them, all right? So that she has no choice but to take up your offer of ordering food.
Well, the funny thing was a couple days, a day or so later, after having split pea soup for breakfast, we'd gone out for the afternoon, walked all around the town. It was a Tuesday, and we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is very famous for its downtown, its historical downtown. And we went out on a Tuesday, and all of the shops are closed on Tuesday. And I was like, well, that's too bad. And she's like, oh, I'm kind of glad because of COVID.
Like, because she didn't want to go in shops or whatever, because
Right.
Oh.
Right. So we can't eat. We can't go in shops. I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do, except probably, Geiger, you're going to say I should have just packed up and gone home.
Yeah. Well, that's an option. You could have hiked. You could eat more soup, I guess. I gotta say, I like soup a lot, actually. I like soup. I like split pea soup, even. I do not like split pea soup first thing in the morning. That's kind of fucked up.
So this is how you wound up at the drug retreat again, right?
Considering it. But so I was able to talk her in. Like, we were out, so I was like, can we at least go out for a beer? My treat. We'll go out for a beer. After a beer, she relaxed. We ended up being able to order food. I was like, come on, let's get food. We'll get a burger. Let's get burgers. She's like, well, can we get one and split it?
Wow.
Like how we split the peas, we also split the burgers.
I said, no, we're ordering 2 burgers. We ate 2 burgers. That woman wolfed down that burger so fast. It was like she hadn't eaten in days, much like myself.
Right.
Yeah.
She's been eating nothing but split pea soup since you last visited her.
I mean, this is your solution. Like, next time you go on a hike with her, you need to, like, sneak some vodka into that water bottle or whatever so that she'll get, like, ravenous because she's only eats when she's drunk or something. Then after the hike, she'll be like, let's get 10 pizzas.
Take a nice, cool, refreshing swig of Stoli on the hiking path.
Flawless
As soon
plan.
as you get off the plane to her place, you're coming down the escalator just holding 2 martinis. Just, hey.
You need to bring a suitcase full of hamburgers and just bring them into her place. She's not going to not eat one.
I had driven there. So at one point, I made an excuse to go back out to my car because I had all my road trick snacks. I had my Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I had combos. I had everything of trashy car food. And I snuck it into the house in my jacket and was eating it in the bedroom. I was afraid, am I crunching too loud?
She's not your mother. Just eat it. Why do you have to sneak away? I'm like, you had. I think I heard my tire pop. I gotta go change it for 3 hours. You eat Fritos like a shame in the back seat. You're allowed to bring food in and eat it.
She's rubbing her finger across the bedspread. Is this Cheeto dust?
I didn't want to share the food with her because there wasn't enough for 2.
Oh, this.
Wait, why didn't you just drive your car to the grocery store?
Because she was at the time living in this apartment complex that had a gate that she would have had to leave me out of the gate. Because she didn't have a code. So it was complicated to get in and out of the parking lot. And yeah.
Wow, she really can't be bothered.
Chrissy, I think we need to reevaluate the definition of the word friend.
So as if I hadn't pushed it enough, the last day, I did something that admittedly was a bit weird. So at
Like
the time,
stay past the first night? That's a little weird, honestly.
So I was hungry, I was cold, but I was still hoping to pull something out of this trip, which was, this is going to be a little bit strange for you guys, but at the time I was living with my brother, like I said, and his family, and he has 2 small kids, and you guys all have 2 kids apiece, and so I can imagine now the state of your laundry rooms.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothes.
Yeah, constantly, right? The washer's always full, the dryer's always full, and there's always a load on the floor.
And when you don't wear deodorant, you don't get 2 wears out of a shirt.
So every time I was doing a load of laundry at home, I was having to do 3 loads of laundry because you have to fold what's in the dryer. I had to wash what was already in the washer, and I washed my own stuff. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to my friend's house. I am going to do a load of my own wash. Just like nobody else, no kids' clothes, none of my sister-in-law sports bras, none of my brother's underwear, just my own clothes in a washing machine because I knew she had a washer and dryer in the apartment.
She comes running in, like, trying to shove clothes in, like, hey, can we split this load of laundry?
So how weird is it to ask to do laundry at somebody's house when you're staying there?
Well, I mean, I think if you're going to stay at someone's house, it's reasonable, like, after a few days, you might want to wash the clothes you had, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, how long were you staying? Like a week?
4 days.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's fine.
Up.
Especially because you drove, you're like, driving back is like, yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's fine. If it had just been one night, I would have been like,
Right.
One.
Yeah, you didn't show up. Did you show up with like a college kid with a big sack of laundry that you weren't wearing, like that was already pre-dirtied? That's a different story.
I had a small pack, like in my suitcase, like in my small carry-on size bag. I did had a little bit of extra clothes that I had brought to the trip just to wash.
Did you just have them all on so you could pretend you were wearing them and just start taking them off? Oh, they're all dirty now.
I've had to wear this many clothes to try to keep my body temperature up.
Just dump the pot of split pea ham soup. Oh, look, they're all dirty and we're out of food, so.
Right? What are we going to do now? Well, so I asked her kindly if it's okay. You know, she could have said no. Can I do like just a small load of wash? And her answer was yes, but only on cold.
I mean, that's kind of how I do my wash anyway. But
that's my choice.
Yeah.
Did you inquire further?
It was about the cost because it was too expensive. She didn't want to pay for the gas required to heat a load of laundry, which again, can it be more than 50 cents?
I don't even think it's more than 5 cents for a single load. That is literally where you pull out like $1 out of your wallet and throw it in her face and be like, I'm using hot water, bitch.
Considered it. Definitely considered it.
Did she say anything to you about shower length or heat of the
That's
shower?
the thing. Then I started to be worried about when I was taking a shower. Like, was she standing outside the door, like just about ready to knock when I was turning it off?
Like she like wrote on the mirror ahead of time, so when it steamed up, it was like
it said Bloody Mary 3 times.
It said you owe me $1.12.
Yeah, I mean, some people are able to afford a cash house and a cash car and all this stuff because they don't spend their money in any other way.
Right.
Yeah.
My in-laws famously have like a washing machine, like a dishwasher, and refuse to use it. They wash all their dishes by hand because they say it's cheaper, and they use it as like, if you go into their dishwasher, you pull out the racks, there's just like candy and stuff in it. They use it to store like snacks and candy. Like,
what?
Yeah, like my mother-in-law, and like I love my in-laws, but like
candy?
they will
what
like
kind of candy? Like big old candy bars, or
it was like bags of extra gum packs and like Lifesavers mints and stuff. And chips. There was like potato chips in there. And
like
then,
loose chips?
Yeah, individual Doritos were in the silverware rack.
Well, at least Chrissy would be happy because they got a lot of snacks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you look in her dishwasher? Maybe that's where all the food was.
You know, now that you mention it.
My brother-in-law called them out. They're the ones that have like the hand soap pump, and they'll just keep adding water to it. to like make it, and just like straight water with like a singular bubble is like coming out, and you're like, you guys are like you have a nice life. Just buy some soap. Like we'll pass the hat. It's fine.
Right. They make a great split pea flavor soap.
Yeah.
Wow. So when are you going back?
Yeah, I left after the laundry day. I was like, all right, that tells me what I need to know. So I left the next day. I drove straight from her house to the Sonic Drive-In. I got breakfast burrito, tater tots, cherry limeade, and I was the happiest I have been ever before and ever since.
Did she send you an invoice for all your energy usage and like consuming her broadband?
I did. I sent her a thank you note because I thought I would need to do something a little bit formal. And I really did think about putting in like a 10 spot or a 20. I just didn't know where is the line of being respectful of somebody else's financial anxiety and where do you turn into an asshole?
Right.
I mean, I don't think she was necessarily behaving in a respectful manner herself. So, yeah, you can walk from the grocery store. Guests staying in my house. I'm going to go hang.
I'm going to disagree here. I think she was doing Chrissy a favor because, Chrissy, you just said it. It led to the moment in your life that was the happiest you've ever been. And I think she knew that. And she was trying to set you up for this like amazing, she's like, I know there's a Sonic right outside of town she's going to hit. So I'm going to just be like a horrible person for 4 days and show her true joy like she's never felt.
And that, podcast listeners, is How to Be a Friend.
Yeah. Boy, that sounds messed up.
Yeah, so that's my story about being hungry, which makes me want to eat some snacks.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Perfect segue. All right, let's eat some. We've got 3 snacks. We're going to rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. We're going to do the 2 Oreos first, since I spoke a lot about the Stroopwafel ahead of time. Let's start with the one that I'm anticipating will do a little worse with us, and that's the caramel mocha latte Oreo. So I think this is a new-ish flavor.
Yeah, it's pretty new. As someone who keeps tabs on the latest on the Oreo shelf, I can tell you this one's relatively new.
The middle of this guy just has like a sort of an unappealing brown color to it.
It is 2 colored of creams. There's 2 distinct colors there, like which I guess is the mocha and caramel or something. I don't know. There's a darker brown and a lighter brown.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've been looking forward to coming back and trying a lot of things that have been introduced in the last couple of years, and this is not one of them.
No, it's not.
No.
Remind me, Chrissy, do you like coffee? Are you a coffee person or no?
I loathe it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm on Team Novak.
It's so bizarre. I've never met this many people like on this. I'm the only one on this podcast that likes coffee, and I'm like in the vast majority of people on Earth that do.
Yeah. Foul taste.
I always wondered why
It's so fucking nasty.
so instantly liked Chrissy. Now I know why. The coffee flavor isn't that strong in this one.
Smells stronger than it tastes.
Yeah.
There is a much stronger smell. Yeah.
Geiger.
Yeah.
Now the fact that I don't drink any coffee drinks makes me pretty ignorant to what they all have in them. So tell me the difference between what the difference I would taste between something coffee flavored and mocha latte flavored.
A mocha latte is basically just coffee with like a lot of whipped milk, like foamed milk or like some sort of dairy element. And then like in this case, you taste mocha, which is like cocoa flavored, and caramel, which is like caramel syrup they put in there. I don't drink mocha lattes at all because of my it's one of the few things I actually will respect for my lactose intolerance, because I will destroy my toilet if I drink one. So hashtag Geiger, I'll shit my pants.
Right. You know that lady's probably counting your flushes if you stay at her house.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, your laundry bill is going to be off the roof.
Yeah. I will need hot water to cleanse myself afterward. I'll make a real split pea and ham bowl in there. But yeah, no, I don't know that you would necessarily, to me, like a mocha caramel latte doesn't really even taste like coffee. It tastes like a milkshake almost. So you probably wouldn't taste much coffee anyway.
All right. Chrissy, you can just start us off. What do you think of this thing?
Yeah, so as the majority of this podcast and the correct majority of this podcast, coffee's disgusting. It is just not a good flavor. And initially, upon opening this bag, it just hits you with a very strong artificial coffee sweetness, which is overly cloyingly sweet and still has that bitter taste of coffee. So, not a great combination, not a great way to start. But I do love an Oreo. I do love the chocolate of an Oreo. I love the combination of the cookie and the cream of the Oreo. So that saves it from a total hate dat. I'm going to have to go with a dislike dat because it's just too many flavors going on at the same time. And the sweetness and the artificialness mixed with the like tinge of bitterness from the coffee is just, it's doing an Oreo bad. So dislike dat.
All right, Geiger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think it tastes like coffee that much, to be honest. And I actually drink coffee, so I know it's just generically sweet to me. And I think the flavor I maybe am picking up is caramel, and I'm not a huge caramel guy. These are fine. They're just there. I don't know. They're not like I don't think they're disgusting, but I also don't love them. They're too sweet. Is the problem for me? There's something about the flavor that's just really sugary tasting, which I know it's an Oreo, which is kind of dumb to say, but it's just different. And it's also weird that I feel like the regular Oreo has that specific cream consistency, and every other one of them, all the special flavors have that like slippery, like that smoother or slipperier cream. I don't know how to explain it, which is strange. But anyway, it's an indifferent. They're fine. I don't hate them. I'd eat more, but I don't. They're not like they're not great.
Chad?
I kind of echo with you guys. Like, these smell a lot worse than they taste. They still don't taste good, though. The aftertaste in particular is kind of where I have a lot of problems with coffee. And that is sitting there in my mouth. I'm trying to wash it down with tea, and I don't know if that's going to work or not. But I don't know. Yeah, it's still got a good Oreo cookie flavor. Maybe the caramel flavor cream is what's sort of counteracting things a little bit. But even so, this is not a good Oreo. I don't even think somebody that would like coffee would really like this, as evidenced by Geiger. So this seems like a waste of time to me. It's a borderline hate dat, but I'm going to stick with the dislike dat.
I tend to like the smell of coffee, like to go into a coffee shop. To me, that smells nice, or just to like whiff grounds or something. I think that smell is fine, even though I hate coffee. This smell is bad, like it's downright bad. But it tastes better than I thought it was going to taste. It doesn't taste too coffee-ish, and I think I could eat them and be fine with it. I'm going to actually slide them up to a low level indifferent, just kind of out of surprise at how much they're not bothering me. So we have 2 indifferents, 2 dislikes, very beatable score. And let's go to next to that very famous of birthdays, the 110th birthday Oreo. So this one is, who's got the box? Can tell me what's supposed to be in this?
Chocolate confetti cake, it says. So it's supposedly got sprinkles on top and inside, which you can see.
So it's just a mix of their like birthday cake cream from their birthday cake Oreo mixed with the chocolate.
Oh, these smell like shit.
They do.
They smell very sweet, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know I'm going to hate this. I don't know why. I hate that fake birthday cake flavor.
They make so many of these fucking flavors, and you can't. They all start to blend together at some point.
Yeah.
This is indistinguishable from like 10 other Oreos I've tried.
Which other one does this remind you of?
Birthday cake.
All of them.
Yeah, like, well, they have like a birthday cake, but even like red velvet, right? It tastes a lot like the red velvet Oreo. It even kind of tastes like the cinnamon roll Oreo in a lot of ways.
Or the Peeps one.
Or the pina colada thins. Oh, wait, no, not that one.
To me, it's kind of like the split pea Oreo. All right.
I'm going to make
Geiger?
a double stuff here, so don't come to me just yet.
Okay. Geiger, you're going to start us. What do you think?
I'll keep it short and sweet. These are way too sweet. I don't like
Too sweet.
Wolfpack for life. I don't like birthday cake flavored stuff. This cream is nasty. Like the aftertaste is bad. The during taste is bad. It's way too sweet. I really don't like it. I don't think the sprinkles add anything. Maybe they're not supposed to. Maybe they're just supposed to be a visual effect. I don't know. An effect, yes. Mind-blowing effects on the cookie. I will give it a dislike that. These are bad.
Okay, Chrissy, what do you think?
I do like the birthday cake flavor. I can see how it can get to be too sweet, but I'm thinking with a glass of milk, this could go down much better than eating it on its own. There is an extra level of sweetness that keeps it from being a love that, a love that.
Wow.
Like the OG Oreo, double stuff and all of its brethren.
Mhm.
So it's certainly not a love that, but I like that, especially if this was
Oh.
with milk, something to kill some of the sweetness. I'm down. Like that. Happy birthday,
I love
Oreo.
this cookie, especially if I ate it with something that masks the taste.
Balanced the taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
This cookie is much better than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not good, though. I'm not sure. I think it's the chocolate part's still good, but it's the birthday cake flavor that's kind of bringing it down a bit. I don't know. It's just like too indiscriminate. It's too like just a random collection of stuff. It's like a disappointing choice for an occasion as momentous as 110. Right? So to me, it is better, but it's still just in that. I'm going to put it at a kind of a high level indifferent. So it's still going to end up getting the same rating as the other one. To me, these are not Oreos I would order, but I also wouldn't tell someone to stay away. Chad?
I really, really like the chocolate Oreo, the chocolate cream Oreo. The dark chocolate Oreo is my favorite Oreo. There's also the regular chocolate cream Oreo, which is what this chocolate cream is. And that is a good Oreo, too. It's not as good as regular. It's not as good as double stuff, but it is a good flavor. The birthday cake one, actually, I think on its own would not be good. But when you add the chocolate in here, I actually think they complement each other pretty well. And I think to me, this flavor actually works nicely. Even when I combined two cookies to make like a monster double stuff, which was actually more like a most stuff because the cream on one of these cookies is already very thick, and ate that, I still thought that was pretty good too. I agree with Chrissy. These would go amazing with milk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try these with milk.
Balance.
Now, look, there's 10 other Oreo flavors I would buy ahead of these. So it's not like I'm going to rush out to like buy these again. But I could see why somebody might like these. I think they're pretty good. I'm going to give them a like that.
Okay. 2 likes and a dislike. It's a good score. And the Stroopwafel will have its work cut out for it later on. But now it is segment time. Chrissy.
Yeah, very happy to bring you guys a segment. And since all three of our snacks today have something in common in addition to being a cookie, they're all sandwiches.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No. Mind blown.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a little sandwich quiz for you guys worked out.
Okay.
boy.
I am going to read you the ingredients of an international sandwich. So most or all of these sandwiches, most of these sandwiches are non-American, hint. So I will read 3 to 4 key ingredients. You have to give me the sandwich, and for an extra point, the country of origin of this exotic sandwich. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is one of them Italian sub? Because that one's from Italy.
For example, if I gave you the ingredients, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, you might guess that was a
BLT.
Peter Martin jelly.
You guys are good. You guys are good. You've been doing this podcast for a while, huh? Okay, who's starting?
I'll go. Just get it over with.
I'll go second.
I'm going to be so shitty in this.
Yeah.
Okay, Chad, you're helping me keep score, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Novak. Ham,
Split pea soup.
Gruyere cheese, and eggs slightly beaten.
Should I know this? It's like a really easy one.
I'd say this is moderate.
That would be the old. Trying to think of a fake
Novak
name.
seems slightly beaten by this question.
I'm literally like, if you don't give me croque monsieur, I'm not getting a sandwich on here. So
croque monsieur.
That's your guess.
So yeah, that's my guess. It's the only one.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
I was
Perfect.
like-
I didn't even know that was
She just
it.
gave you a fucking croque monsieur,
I'm
dude.
like,
Say your piece.
I know one sandwich, except I apparently don't.
it's ham, bologna. It's the number 4 at Subway. I know this.
And Novak, for a second point, the country of origin.
France.
There we go. Okay, 2
Wow.
points for Novak.
I'm out.
Geiger.
See ya.
Who's next? Geiger, Chad?
I'm next.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can take it.
Charcoals. Ham.
Mhm.
Pork.
Gruyere and slightly beaten eggs.
Ham. Pork. Swiss cheese. Mustard. And pickle.
I know this one.
I don't know this one. This is not something I would ever eat, probably.
You do know it, and I'm pretty sure you would eat it.
Oh,
All right.
Put it
All
in
right.
your place.
It's the new Oreo.
I've had a lot of brunch with you, Chad. This isn't that far out of your ballpark.
Yeah. That's a brunch sandwich, huh?
I mean, any sandwich is a brunch sandwich.
I would say I wouldn't put it necessarily as a brunch sandwich, but yeah.
No. It's no croque monsieur.
Is it a croque madame? No, I know it's not. But that's my guess, because I don't know.
Geiger, you want to steal the point?
Yeah, it's a Cuban sandwich.
Cuban.
Oh.
Cubano. Yes.
from Cuba.
The medianoche. And the country of origin is Cuba.
Senegal.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Geiger.
Yeah.
Onion. Herring. Tomatoes.
Okay.
And rye
hold on.
bread.
Hold on. They get croque monsieur and Cuban sandwich, and you started with herring and onion? Herring, onion, and tomato?
And rye bread.
Oh, now I got it.
There you got it. It's the herring, butter, and jelly.
It's the old HLT. I'm guessing... Okay. So... Based on the herring part, I'm not going to know the name of the sandwich, but I am going to guess based on the herring. I feel like it's like a Norwegian thing, but I probably am also fucking that up. So I'll guess Norway, but I don't know the name of the sandwich.
I mean, to be fair, all of Scandinavia is sort of the same.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, fair.
And very likely there's a herring sandwich in Norway. However, the smørrebrød is a sandwich coming from Denmark.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Cool. Cool.
I didn't leave it to the two of you guys to steal because I could tell from your faces that wasn't going to happen.
I have never heard of a smørrebrød. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of
Okay.
a brunch sandwich, Chad. See what
Okay, back to Novak.
I'm ready.
Tuna?
Croque monsieur.
It's croque monsieur,
Tuna?
not croque monsieur. It's not an alligator sandwich.
I'm from Chicago.
Give me that croque monsieur.
Tuna, black olives, white wine vinegar, garlic, and anchovy.
I wouldn't eat this motherfucker if you made me.
I think I might know this one too. Maybe.
Wow.
I think. I'm
Geiger,
not sure.
sandwich expert.
Let's wait till I'm right.
Well, let's see. If they're increasing difficulty, the last one was smørrebrød. So, okay, anchovies, and what was the other thing? Bologna.
Tuna.
Yeah, tuna.
The bologna of the sea.
I could just say any fucking word. I don't have a clue. I'll guess a country. Let's say Spain.
Anybody want to steal? Those are not correct. Geiger, you wanted to jump in?
Okay, so all right, real quickly. So it's again capers, onion. No, what was
It
it
is
again?
neither of those things.
Yeah. I knew that. Tuna,
Bagel with lox. No.
tuna, olive, white wine,
BLT.
and what else?
Tuna, black olives, white wine vinegar, garlic, and anchovy.
Is that? I think I'm wrong now. It's not. I wanted to say niçoise, but that's a salad. It sounds sort of.
You
like
are
that,
in the
though.
correct region.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's graham cracker, marshmallow.
So that is a tuna provençal sandwich,
Oh,
also from the country of France.
France.
Mm.
Fucking France and their sandwiches.
France, and I'll throw. That's the only repeat I've got in the quiz.
Okay.
Just to
All
make
right.
it
Let me
a
just
little bit clearer going
ask
on.
you a question here
Mhm.
before, as we embarrass ourselves further. You know we eat Hostess and Little Debbie and shit on this, right?
Crackers, goo, a stick. No, man?
I mean, you guys are doing pretty well so far. I mean, at
Yeah,
least
I
for
agree.
all the
I agree.
questions, you're getting at least half of them close to right.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Just to counteract your argument that we're doing well, the score check is 2-0-0.
No, wait. Geiger
All right.
stole for some points.
That's
didn't
the
he?
only points that are on the... Yeah, right?
Novak got for Crockman, sir.
The killer croc
Okay.
monster.
Geyer, give this one a whirl. And some of them...
Well, it's Chad's up, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my turn.
Chad goes
Yeah.
after Novak, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Chad. I mean, I did put thought into the quiz. There is some ingredient in each one that is a hint, even if you don't know the name, to get close to the country. Which,
So the
which is working.
herring was a red herring.
Good lord.
All right, Chado. Ham. Cream cheese,
All of these have ham in them.
except for the tuna and the herring ones.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This one, ham, cream cheese, and Vegemite.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, I'm going to guess that this is from Australia. This is Vegemite.
Correct.
So I'll at least get a point for there. What would they... What do they could like? They have some dumb fucking name like
Correct.
like
Also correct.
the Blimey Hungry Jack or something. That's dumb shit.
The Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. Let's just say that this one's Ham Sandy Down Under. That's what they call it.
The Bloomin' Onion.
The toilet stick.
The answer I have is the Vegemite Sanger.
Oh,
Sanger.
okay, all right.
So
I'll take
not
a
so
point.
far off,
Okay.
mate. Okay, who's up next?
That's me now.
Geiger.
Meat. Just
Hold on, that's
the
not a
vague term
clue.
meat.
That's
It
every
is a
sandwich
clue.
on fucking Earth.
It is a clue.
Okay.
Sloppy
The
Joe.
clue is miscellaneous meat,
Oh boy.
onions, yogurt sauce, pickled cucumber.
Miscellaneous meat, onions, yogurt sauce, pickled cucumber. Okay.
Rat Burger.
This is it's a Big Mac. No,
Soylent Green Special.
Yeah, that miscellaneous meat is human, the most tasty game of all.
I think I do. I always feel like I know these, and then I don't. So wait, hold on. Miscellaneous meat, cucumber, yogurt sauce. So I want to say it's like Greek, and is it like kefta or something, or it's like those like lamb burger slider kind of things, like a pita. Is it just like a pita
Just guess everything.
falafel? I know you just keep doing this.
password now?
It's,
What is
peanut butter jelly. I don't.
I'm making hand motions of that Geiger's getting very close. You have like some of the letters correct. You're sort of regionally close.
Okay, when you said sandwich, you were on the right track.
You said a word, and it is a word, so you know.
When you say it, I'm gonna know it, but I can't pin. The
Yes,
name
you
down.
are. Yes, a doner kebab.
Yeah, fuck yes. Okay, I had one when I was
knew
in
you would
London.
know it.
Yeah.
And the country,
I don't know that part.
Turkey.
Wait. Okay.
famous coming from Turkey. So you being a big fan of German cuisine, this is also probably the most delicious German food there is the Turkish doner kebab.
Yeah. Could I have said turkey sandwich and be right technically then?
Yeah.
The miscellaneous meat has got to be turkey, then. There's no question about it, right?
Yeah, so that's the big meat cone that's hanging
Yeah.
up on the spit and dripping, and that's why the miscellaneous
Like
meat.
the Euro lamb. That's why I was like thinking of lamb. Yeah, like Euro meat.
Yeah. Okay, Novak. Pork, pate, pickled vegetables, fresh herbs, including cilantro.
The soap sandwich.
This is okay. I'm gonna guess this is something like Far East. Yes. Yes.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Vietnam.
Correct. Yes.
Whoa.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I
know what
I
this
actually
one
knew
is.
this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I can't.
And
think
the
of
name of the sandwich.
I feel like when I hear the name, I might know this one.
Mhm.
Like those are great,
Yeah, I think you
but
will.
I can't. The name is escaping me, so I'm gonna take my point and run.
It's a croque Saigon. Yeah. Chad and I think both know it. Chad, you can say
Yeah,
it,
it's banh mi.
a banh
yeah. Which is
Oh,
one of my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
They're very
sandwiches,
good.
actually.
Same,
Like, it's
same.
so good.
Which is what inspired this quiz because I ate a banh mi the other day and was like, I could make a whole quiz just about this sandwich, and here we go.
Novak, have you had a banh mi? I'm genuinely curious.
I have. I don't remember where I had it though. Somewhere in the city though.
Arby's.
Okay. Charcoals,
Mhm.
bacon,
Mm.
butter,
Mm.
French fries,
Mm.
Ooh.
Worcestershire sauce.
Ooh.
Mm. That sounds pretty good.
Mm.
Bacon, butter, French fries. Where do they put French fries on a sandwich?
This is not a U.S. thing though, is it?
No, for sure not.
Well, she said international, but I guess we are part of the
Yeah.
world. Yeah.
And this sandwich has a particularly cheeky name.
Asswich. Asperger's.
Wait for it. Chad?
Is it the bacon sandwich?
This is the Bacon Buddy,
Oh.
Butty,
Okay.
coming
So
from provenance of
yeah, that's. I was gonna say that sounds like maybe a Canadian thing
Yeah.
or something like that.
Worcestershire sauce.
I don't know where Worcestershire sauce is from.
It's got to be England, I would assume.
English, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the UK they have it's like a bun with French fries, bacon, butter, that Worcestershire sauce, and it's a Bacon Buddy.
Don't they look down on us for being fat asses? That sounds like the most fat fucking sandwich of all time.
It's up there,
I mean, I'd eat one. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right.
naturally.
All right, hit me.
Geiger, chickpeas,
Oh, okay.
parsley,
Yeah.
mint, cilantro.
This has got to be falafel sandwich, I would hope.
Yes, a falafel sandwich.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to name where it's from. Fuck. The Middle East. Can I just say that?
I actually have written on my quiz any Middle Eastern country.
Oh, there
so
you go.
All right. I'm like, I don't know what actual country that's from.
victory. I think there's some disagreement about where actual falafel.
Well, I'm going
comes
to
from
wade right
originally,
into
so.
the politics of that. No, I don't know. I'll tell you where the real one is.
It definitely comes from the Gaza Strip.
Novak.
Give me a softball.
All right, I'm just going down the list here. No cheating. Corned beef,
Bread, softballs.
Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut.
Oh, come on.
Corned beef. I mean, it's German.
You seriously don't know this one?
Corned beef, Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would never eat this. I don't know.
You are missing out, my friend.
I mean, I wouldn't either. I don't like corned beef or Swiss cheese, but
Your corned beef was your problem with the sandwich?
I don't
Not
like
the sauerkraut.
I'm German. I like sauerkraut. I just don't like
that's true.
corned beef.
It is German, though, right? Can I get a point for German? No?
You do not get a point for German.
It's not. It's Irish.
You do not get a point for Irish either.
Those are the only. That's where sauerkraut and corned beef are popular.
Where's Swiss cheese from?
Switzerland. If it's not one of those three fucking countries,
Where's bread from?
Uh-huh.
I think I know the sandwich. I don't necessarily know where it's from.
Don't overthink it, guys.
Can I just say what I think it is?
Yeah, steal it.
It's a Reuben sandwich, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Reuben.
But where? That's not German, is it?
That's American, guys.
Oh, you said international. It was misleading.
Yeah. America's a national.
Well put.
Wah, wah.
International doesn't disclude the current country that we're in,
America
does it?
is definitely a national.
I mean,
You're right.
it kind of does, actually, by colloquial definitions of it.
International.
If I was
okay.
inviting you over for an international cuisine and handed you a hot dog, would you be happy about it?
I'd be happy as long as it's bigger than a bowl of split pea soup.
Here's a hot dog, but you only get half of it.
All right, this is my first quiz segment, so I might have some
You're all right.
improvement to make for the next one. So
Mhm.
taking notes here, guys. All right, who's up next? Sort of like remembering who's next. Okay, charcoals. Ham,
Uh-huh. Another ham.
linguiça,
Okay.
roast beef, melted cheese,
Mm.
and beer
This is
sauce.
definitely from Arby's. There's no doubt about it.
The Big Montana.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to know what the name is, but I'm going to guess since it's got linguiça, maybe it's from... Where's linguiça from? Spain, let's say?
Not
Or
quite.
Portugal.
Anybody want to steal
Portugal.
this? There you go, Chato.
Yeah, Portugal. And the name of the sandwich is the Big Portuguese.
Wait, I'll steal. It's the meat flaps. No?
Ooh.
No? Wait, am I right or no? Just say so.
That's what they used to call me in college. No, it is the Francisina.
You shared that willingly.
Taking one for the team there.
I love that that's the weirdest thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
Oh, no, it's not.
Would you say it was called the Francis Iha?
Francisina.
Francis. I was
Like the little Francis in Portuguese.
Okay.
the James Iha sandwich.
So, Francisina, I have one left, yeah?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Geiger.
Uh-huh.
Omelet, an egg omelet,
Omelet sandwich.
meat,
Meat.
What's all the loose meat in my sandwiches?
It's turkey.
and mayo or aioli.
Wait, so like a whole omelet with
Mm-hmm.
with meat and aioli.
The meat's optional, but it can
What
come
would you
on.
serve this on?
A baguette.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Omelet?
A long bun.
Wow. Settle down there, meat
Yeah.
flaps.
That's what they call me today. Long bun.
Long buns. Omelet, meat, and aioli. I have no fucking idea. Egg sandwich.
Any steals?
McGriddle.
Any steals for the country? An omelet sandwich. An omelet usually made with egg, potato.
I
and
was
onion.
I was going to say omelet sandwich as a joke. Is that what it's actually called?
No. I'm saying I'll say the name, but see if you guys
Is
can
it
guess
French
the
again?
country. No,
No.
close. This
Close.
is
Swiss?
Spain,
Oh.
where they eat omelet Spanish, tortilla española, and I would accept bocadillo as the name of the sandwich.
If I knew how to say that, I'd give it to you. No, it sounds good.
Yeah, I want to eat that one
Have
too.
you eaten a bocadillo or no?
I have eaten a bocadillo, yes. I studied in Spain in college.
Wait, so how many of these sandwiches have you had, Chrissy?
Everything except the Vegemite one, because Vegemite is horrific,
Yeah.
as you guys well know.
Wow.
Well done.
I don't think I've ever had a smorboard, the onion herring sandwich either, though I would, because I do love herring.
Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on our show and embarrassing us.
In case it matters, Geiger wins with 4 points. Novak 3, me 2.
Geiger was on top of everyone. Like, I felt like you were at least in the ballpark.
Yeah. The two people from Wisconsin here know all about the fucking food. We got it all covered up.
Weird.
That's from Geiger's time working at famous international restaurant Subway. That's when he.
All right. The sandwich quiz.
Thank you, Chrissy.
I bet there's people screaming at us.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Listeners
for sure.
just screaming at us.
not know this?
Right. Oh, actually, I learned a little bit too.
It's fucking linguiça.
I also told you that I told you I didn't want to do that either. So. Let's eat this Stroopwafels.
I think it's
This
huge.
is the Daelmans authentic Dutch Stroopwafel. And like it says, I had mentioned in the intro, and you can see on the front of the package, it says "Warm it up on your cup." My wife loves these things. I don't know if she ever does that, but Chrissy, have you done that before? Put it on top.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the-
totally. I did it a few hours ago. Yeah,
Oh,
cup of
okay.
tea, set this thing on top. It softens up the caramel inside,
Oh.
makes it nice, melty, and gooey.
Are they supposed to dunk it then too, or no?
I don't think so. I haven't seen, but, whatever suits your fancy there, Mr. Chip.
So if you don't know what they are, it's a very thin, flat, pancake-looking type of cookie, and they have like a waffle kind of outside texture, and then there's caramel on the inside. Now, I know they do make them with different insides, but caramel is kind of the traditional way to go with these.
I haven't had one of these in a long time, but I remember the first time I had one was at a wedding that I went to, And that was like their big thing was like you'd sit down at the table and there was like Stroopwafels in front of everybody's
Hmm.
plate or whatever. And I never had one before, and I was like, oh my god, what a incredible thing to do at a wedding. And they probably just bought like a 40 pack from Target or whatever.
Right.
I thought it was like some fancy like homemade thing or something.
We put remember at our wedding where we had just pickled herring and tomatoes on each plate in front of everyone?
I remember at your wedding, you and Betsy were eating leftovers, and I was like, "What are we getting?" And you said, "You could walk. There's a wedding about a mile away. You can walk down there and get some food."
I'd let you drive, but you'd have to repark all the cars at the wedding. We're not doing that.
By the way, here's the energy bill.
All right, I'll go first. These are in our house on occasion because, like I said, Laura likes them. I am not a fan of these. Audible gasp. I don't really get the appeal. And maybe if I heated it up, I'd feel different about it. But as is, I don't find the caramel to be all that tasty. And I'm trying to think of what the flavor is. And it's kind of got, so even on the back it says there's some cinnamon to it. And I am extremely adverse to cinnamon. I'm not a cinnamon fan at all. And I think that's throwing me off quite a bit. They're not a hate, right? They're not offensive. But I don't like them. I'm sorry. I can't believe, like, this is comical that I don't like these. I just don't think they're that great. I'm very, very curious to hear from the three of you and the looks on your faces, what is so great about these fucking things? So I'm going to start it with a dislike dat, and then just so Chrissy doesn't come up with a whiplash from shaking her head, I'm going to let her go next.
Man, I'm really shocked. I've given you guys, what do you call when it's a universal hate dat?
Flaming bag of dog shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have sent you guys a few of those. I am really shooting for the basket of puppies, and I was like, oh, this is a slam dunk.
Really?
I love these things. I love them. I used to work for an organization that was out of Holland, and so I had these all the time. People would come from the home office, and this is the token snack that they bring. It is a crowd pleaser around the board. They're good warm, they're good room temperature, they're sweet but not overly sweet. The texture is a nice mix of you can sort of sink your teeth into, and it's soft but not crunchy. I love these things. These are a solid love dat. I also love cinnamon. I think cinnamon's a great flavor. It softens like the caramel and balances that. So you have the real sweetness of the caramel, and then the cinnamon sort of balances that really well. So solid love dat. Guys, back me up here.
Okay, Geiger, what are you thinking? Who do you like better?
Novak is correct. These
Attaboy.
are not that good. I disagree with a lot of what you just said, Chrissy, and different strokes, different folks. That's fine. I do think they're too sweet. They're just one note. It's just all sweet. I'm not a huge caramel guy though, too. And I said that earlier with the Oreos. I don't love caramel that much as a flavor. I think it just tastes like a soft graham cracker with caramel in the middle, and the texture is not good either. You said it yourself. You said they're not too soft, but they're not crunchy, so they're soft. I mean, they're not. It's either crunchy. It's kind of soft, but it's not crunchy, so it's soft. It's mushy. There's nothing. I know what
It's
you
not
meant.
chewy either.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like neither.
There's
It's somewhere
no.
between.
I know what you mean. There's a little tug to it, but it's just not. It's just very generic to me. So I don't. You gave it a dislike that, Novak, right?
Yeah.
I would not go that far. I'd
Come
say
with me.
no. I'm not
Come
quite
with
there. And you'll see.
Come on, little Tug. You were Little Tug, weren't you? Is that your name?
Yeah. My nickname in college is Little Tug. Yeah, It took like two tugs. I think it's an indifferent to that. It's fine. It's just I don't understand how this is like Dutch's finest delicacy of this like graham cracker disc with like caramel in the middle. So they're okay, but I'm just not. And it's the other real quickly. I'll be done there. It's too big. Like if this was smaller, I might enjoy it more. But like this is a lot of that same flavor to get through. Like a tinier hit of it might be okay.
Okay. Chad, help me out with where we stand. Now we've got a love, an indifferent, and a dislike. Previously, we had 2 likes, an
We had
indifferent,
2
and a
likes, a
dislike.
dislike, and an indifferent. So if I give it a like, it wins, and an indifferent, it ties.
Perfect. This is a great setup.
Ties with which one? The birthday cake one?
Yeah, with the confetti Oreos.
What's it gonna be?
Yeah,
Bros before meat flaps, or what?
Little tug before pizza.
Chrissy, I guess my question is, because you said people would like bring these in and stuff like that. Are they bringing in this Daelmans brand, or are
No,
they
no.
Okay.
I've never seen this brand before, and the ones I have generally have a little bit more caramel in the middle.
Who were people bringing them into where? Into where were you? Were they bringing them to refugees?
Not directly. Many places in the Middle East, North Africa, Eastern Europe, where I was, around the Mediterranean. These are like
Okay.
the biggest hits. People love them.
So I think these things have the potential to be good. I don't think this brand is the one that does it. And I will say this: I think the cinnamon actually is the thing that saves it here for me. I'm also not super caramel. Like, if caramel is the only flavor, if you have like predominantly caramel forward as your flavor, and this is what you're focusing on, it's not going to be a big hit with me usually. But there is some cinnamon here that makes this pretty tasty. I don't have a problem with the consistency. I think the consistency here is fine. I think that's good. It is a little too big. I think there could be other Stroopwafels, maybe by different brands, or maybe like a fancy homemade Stroopwafel or something like that, that would just like blow my fucking mind and just, make me like nut instantly or something. But this is not not that one.
That was your nickname in college, too, Nut Instantly, wasn't it?
Long buns and nut instantly.
Long buns.
I had all the best nicknames. I actually am just barely going to squeak it into a like that, though.
No!
Because
no, you just wanted to box out the Oreos.
No. I like the Oreo better. I actually would rather eat this chocolate, this 110-year Oreo. I like better, but this. So I know that me giving this the like that means the 110 Oreo doesn't win. Who gives a fuck, like, about the winner or whatever? It doesn't matter. But I do think this is just barely a like that for me.
Wow.
Right.
110 years, and you do this. So even though 3 out of 4 people preferred... Oh, wait, Geiger, which did you prefer out of Stroop? And
I do like it better than the birthday. I don't like the birthday cake.
Okay,
Yeah, you didn't
so
like
it's kind of
those Oreos.
split.
Yeah.
It is split. And Stroopwafel wins the episode over the Oreos. Look, Oreo's not owed anything. These aren't great cookies.
Well, how will Nabisco survive?
It's not like the win was stolen or anything. But
Yeah, I mean, even these are like middle tier Oreos, so it's like whatever.
I do think if I was a coffee drinker, it would appeal to me to like put these on top of the drink.
I
So
can see that.
Geiger, maybe
Yeah.
you can give it a shot and see.
I don't know who would rate a snack based on enjoying it with a beverage.
Cookies and milk?
Oh yeah, at the beginning of the episode, that was me. Yes, I agree. Drinking it with something like tea or coffee that does have a little bit of a bitter taste to it will balance this much better. So this is not the best one I've ever had, but overall, this Stroopwafels in general are love that. So I stand by that and hope that you guys can have it in a different context that shoots it up the like that ladder.
No. Okay.
Hard pass.
Yeah. Won't do it.
Geiger,
Yeah.
listeners, where can they contact us?
We have listeners? Since when?
Listener.
We have
sorry.
one. She's on the pod.
I was
Right
going to say, she doesn't need to listen to this one. She's been here for it.
Just tell Chrissy. Email
Hey, Chris, you just email us, okay? Just text me directly. If you tried any of those sandwiches, knew what the sandwiches were, think we're stupid, I mean, that's all of you, regardless of the topic. If you think it's fully appropriate to make people forage for their own food when they're staying in your house and charge them for laundry, I mean, if they're your kids or something, that's one thing, but
I charge my kids for laundry. Yeah.
yeah, I know that's
My
really
4-month-old better pay for that.
pretty
Fucking
cruel.
all
Yeah.
the onesies he's shitting through.
Make a lot
What
of
if people ever do
Stroopwafels.
cloth diapers? Like
Oh,
Chris,
God.
your friend might be like a cloth diaper advocate, right?
What
Because
friend?
I have no friends.
I guess maybe that uses more water to wash the diaper that way. Yeah, but I guess it's like that.
I think it is the more expensive route
Yeah,
somehow because of the
I can't
laundry.
Maybe
be.
not.
No, doing laundry over buying brand new disposable diapers? No way.
yeah. The diapers are
Ah,
expensive.
yeah.
We had cloth diapers as kids. I know that. My mom told me.
Yeah, me too.
That sounds disgusting.
We use compostable diapers now. Do you guys want to make fun of me for that?
You
Yeah.
hippie.
I already have.
God, this country's getting all soft because we're like, I when I was a man, we threw away our shit-filled diapers. Now you put them in a compost pile and help the earth, you piece of shit.
We ate miscellaneous meat and we like
We dumped it into our adult diapers. You can get a hold of us at youtridethat@gmail.com. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We are on Facebook with the You Tried That group, and we are on Twitter. Let us know what you think of our snacks. Suggest snacks. Give us your ideas or for what we should try and your ratings. If you are listening, we very much appreciate it. We joke that we don't have any listeners, but we do have like 7. So thank you for all 7 of you. And if you think your friends and family want to hear all of us drivel about snacks any longer, you can let them know about it. We'd like that. Thank you.
Okay, quick before we go, I want to get everyone's opinion on this.
Yes.
A coworker of mine is doing a thing where she goes on 22 bad dates in 2022.
Wait, she's trying to go on a bad
I
date?
don't know. She's kind of younger, and it's some kind of, I don't know, the
Okay.
kids and the TikTok and the.
Wait, she's specifically going on these and then like torpedoing these dates, like so that
I think it's just like a thing to say, I'm going to.
Go
A
on
goal
dates.
of how many dates to go on.
20,
I don't know
yeah.
who named it, right?
Is it with 22 different people?
Yeah.
Or could it be 22 bad dates with the same person?
Oh,
I'm going to have the world's worst boyfriend for a month.
Yeah.
right.
Just to squeeze a podcast out of it. Weirder things have been done for a podcast.
is her goal to be like a COVID super spreader? Is that what she wants to do here?
So this one was, I mean, this was a second date, she said, but she's on something like 13 already.
Is she like
So anyway,
posting them somewhere for people to follow along?
no,
or-
she.
oh, okay.
We have people we eat lunch with,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that have at the same time, and we just like ask her, well, "Hey, was there another date this week?"
Yeah.
So this last one, she asked us. She was curious about this particular compliment, about whether it was a compliment or not. They were discussing dogs in some fashion, and he said, "Your personality is a lot like a golden retriever." Okay, that was the line. So, is this?
I can picture her in an instant. I know exactly what kind of person she is.
Drinking out of the
So,
toilet.
is right.
Sheds everywhere.
I work at a dog shelter. Let me tell you this first now. No, she was very confused about how to take it and wanted all of her opinions on whether we thought that seemed like a compliment or not. So, Chrissy? What's your take on that?
I mean, it's not a bad thing to say to a person, but I don't know that anybody wants to fuck a golden retriever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's not take shame. I mean,
I think it's almost, to me, it's somebody who's maybe overly sunny and overly bright and almost to the point of like a stroopwafel of being potentially cloyingly sweet.
What do you guys think?
Aren't golden retrievers like notoriously kind of one of the dumber dogs? I think, like, or at least they have that. I feel like they have that reputation. So is he saying you're just
Maybe.
like,
I think just referring to a woman
Yes.
as a dog in any fashion
Correct. That was
on
what I
a
was gonna
second
say.
date
Yeah.
when you don't really
on a
like, know
date?
them
It's
that
not a
well.
compliment. It's
Right.
not a compliment on a date. I don't think, unless
Right.
it was in the context of some
Right.
kind of joke. It could be a compliment to like some friend or something that you
Mm-hmm.
know very well or something. But I don't see how that is a compliment on a date.
Would it be a compliment on a later date?
if you got to know them a bit, maybe, or something.
It's somebody you've known for like a very long time. I don't know, but your personality's like a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's the best dog to say. I don't know, because what other dogs? Person like you're a lot like a boxer. Like, there's nothing else that would stand out with a lot
You're
of
like
these
a
dogs.
Rottweiler. You just attack everything on the street.
You're a Chihuahua. Everybody just wants to kick you.
I mean, Labrador is better than Golden Retriever. That's hanging right there. So,
Mm-hmm.
Poolie.
A Poolie.
Yeah, Poolie.
Yeah, I just don't think I would. That's just a bad idea to compare them to a dog.
And it could have just been a thing where this guy, like, he's saying it and it's out and he thinks, why the fuck am I saying? Like, you're just trying to
What
make
am I doing?
conversation.
Yeah. Is she going back out with them, or is that it? Is that one of the bad days?
It was up in the air. I think it was up in the air.
Air Bud.
And then it also came to... and
You remind me of a Golden Retriever from the way you dunk a basketball.
it also came to what, like, kids, because we're so far out of the, like, way that kids date these days. Like, what do you do when you just are done dating people? Do you ghost them? Right. And if not, do you call them up? And how do you just call somebody up that you didn't break up with on, like, a second date to say not interested?
You text them. You don't call them. You text them and you say, like, hey, yeah, I think you're a nice person, but I'm not feeling it. I think we should just be friends, which is the universal code for I'm never going to talk to you again, and move on.
I don't think I want to sniff your butt anymore. Maybe that's what you say.
Yeah, dog face.
We're not going to crossbreed. But yeah, no, I don't think. Who calls someone to formally tell them they're no longer going to be seeing them? That seems.
Who calls someone? Period.
Well, do you give them a reason then? Like, are you owed them a reason? They're going to say
the reason
why.
is always like, I just don't think this is a good fit, and I wish you the best. It's, I mean, the script has been written for a very long time. I think.
I was saying, like, you just pick something that just the very little about it and be like, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can deal with your seasonal allergies.
I'm sorry, it was a big turnoff when you compared me to a German Shepherd.
I'm sorry, but I only have enough food in my house for just me. I don't want to split a hamburger with you anymore.
Shih Tzu or GTFO? I get, yeah. By the way, can I come over and finish the rest of my laundry?
All right.
I'll wash it on cold. I promise. And air dry it.
Chrissy, I want to thank you so much for coming back, and this time let's not. How about just stick around so that way we can have you on sooner than a 2-year break.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'll be around in the U.S. for the Wild Guys. So good to see you guys.
Yeah, great to see you too. Thanks so much.
Yes, indeed.
All right, that's gonna do it for this time. We'll be back next time. Pretty.
Deuces.
Yep.